Imagine this, you walk into a room and a woman notices you, not because of some flashy suit or rehearsed line, but because of the way you make her feel. That feeling, fleeting yet unforgettable, is the ultimate advantage in dating. Most men think attraction is about looks, money, or even status. It's not. Attraction is emotional. It's the way you make her feel in the seconds, minutes, or hours she spends with you. And if you master this, you're no longer just another guy in the crowd, you become unforgettable. Here's the truth. Women are wired to remember emotions, not words. You could say something clever or funny, but if it doesn't stir a feeling inside her, it disappears from her mind as soon as she walks away. Most men think attraction is about what they say, the clever lines, the jokes, the stories they tell. They think if they can impress her intellectually or make her laugh, she'll be hooked. But here's the brutal truth. She won't remember your words. She will remember how you made her feel, every single time. That moment she felt her pulse quicken, that flicker of curiosity in her eyes, that tiny rush of warmth when you looked at her just right. Those are the things she stores in her mind like treasure. Words are disposable. Feelings are permanent. Think about the last time you were with someone who left a real impression. Chances are you don't remember exactly what they said. You remember the tension in the air, the laugh that caught you off guard, the way your chest tightened for reasons you couldn't explain. That's what happens with women too. Attraction isn't a list of facts or accomplishments, it's energy. It's the invisible thread that pulls her toward you, even when she isn't consciously aware of it. And this is where most men go wrong. They try to impress, they try to prove, they recite stories or quotes, hoping that if the words are smart enough, she'll fall for them. But a woman doesn't fall for your resume or your clever phrasing. She falls for how you make her feel about herself in your presence. Are you making her feel alive, safe, intrigued, desired? When you step into a conversation with that awareness, everything changes. It's not about faking emotion or trying to manipulate her feelings. It's about being present, being grounded, being aware of the energy you bring into a room and the energy you create between the two of you. When a man can tune into that, he stops relying on words as a crutch. Instead, he becomes a conductor of emotion, a creator of moments that linger long after the conversation ends. She doesn't remember the punchline. You become the punchline, the story she tells herself about how it felt to be near you. Here's the subtle magic. When you focus on creating feelings rather than delivering content, you automatically elevate every interaction. A simple compliment becomes electric because it lands on a foundation of presence. A smile isn't just polite, it becomes an invitation. A quiet pause between words doesn't feel awkward. It becomes a heartbeat she can't stop noticing. It's not about what you say. It's about the tension, the energy, the emotional currents you create without even trying. So if you want to win at dating, start here. Stop memorizing lines. Stop trying to be clever. Stop worrying about being impressive. Instead, focus on her experience, on the ripple you leave in her mind and body. Be the guy who makes her feel something real, even if she can't put it into words. That's what she'll remember. That's what she'll crave. And that's what separates the men who are forgettable from the men who are unforgettable. There's a subtle difference between being seen and being caged. Most men don't understand it, and it's why they either feel invisible or push women away without even realizing it. When a woman talks to you, she wants to feel acknowledged. She wants to feel like someone is truly paying attention, not just hearing words, but sensing the person behind them. She wants to feel recognized. That moment when a man looks at her and really sees her, it's intoxicating, it's rare, and it's powerful. But here's the catch. Being seen isn't the same as laying yourself bare completely. It's not about spilling your life story in the first conversation or trying to make yourself vulnerable too soon. That's caging yourself in, and it suffocates attraction. She doesn't want to feel like she can solve you, fix your insecurities, or have full access to every part of you immediately. She wants to be invited into a world that feels private, layered, and interesting, a world she can explore piece by piece. That's where the tension lives. That's where curiosity thrives. When a man can show depth without overexposing himself, he becomes magnetic. He hints at stories, experiences, or emotions without fully explaining them. A fleeting glance, a small pause before he speaks, a subtle smirk when something resonates. These are the breadcrumbs of intrigue that keep her engaged. She begins to wonder, who is this man really? What's behind that calm confidence? And she will want to find out. She will think about it later when she's alone. She will replay your interactions. Because mystery creates desire, overexposure kills it. Being seen is about giving her a sense of presence and attention. It's about making her feel that her thoughts, feelings, and energy matter to you. A simple question asked with genuine curiosity can do more than an hour of rehearsed charm. And yet, you don't need to bend over backward to prove it. You don't need to perform. You just need to show awareness, to be grounded in your own space, and to acknowledge her without losing yourself. Here's the paradox. Women feel drawn to men who are both open and contained. You are open enough for her to sense connection, depth, and emotion, but contained enough that she doesn't feel the need to fix, manage, or fully understand you. That containment creates a magnetic pull. It signals self-respect, boundaries, and independence, while simultaneously making her feel special for glimpsing parts of you that aren't available to everyone. The men who master this are unforgettable. They make women feel seen in a way that feels rare and intimate, without ever making her feel trapped or responsible for their emotions. It's subtle, it's powerful, and it's entirely within your control. The way you hold yourself, the way you engage, the way you hint at layers beneath the surface, all of it combines to create an emotional experience she won't forget. So if you want her attention, her curiosity, her genuine intrigue, start here. See her, appreciate her, acknowledge her, but do it without caging yourself. Be present, be aware, be intriguing. Let her explore the man you are without ever feeling the need to capture or confine her. That balance, that delicate dance between visibility and mystery, is the secret that separates men who fade into the background from men who linger in her mind long after she leaves. Here's something most men completely miss. Women aren't drawn to men who are just nice or just dangerous. They're drawn to men who can give them both, safety and excitement, and do it effortlessly. There's a rhythm to attraction that goes beyond words, beyond gestures, beyond looks. It's the tension between feeling grounded and feeling alive. And the men who understand this don't chase. It's magnetic, almost invisible, but undeniable. Safety isn't about being boring or predictable. It's about stability, reliability, and calm presence. It's the energy you carry that says, I've got this, I'm steady, I can handle life and myself, and that doesn't require you to fix or manage me. When a woman senses this, her nervous system relaxes around you. She feels comfortable being herself, taking emotional risks, exploring vulnerability. But here's the trick. Comfort alone is not enough. Safety without excitement is just friendship. It doesn't make her pulse quicken. Excitement is what makes her heart race. It's unpredictability with a controlled edge. It's subtle challenges, playful teasing, a spark in your eyes when you talk about something you love. It's the sense that being with you is an experience, not just a conversation. Excitement is the feeling of energy she can't get anywhere else, the kind that lingers in her mind long after she leaves. It's what makes her want more without even knowing why. The secret is in the balance, too much safety, and you're just a couch she can relax on, not a man she can desire. Too much excitement, and she feels unstable, unsure, even anxious, which kills attraction over time. The men who win dating don't swing between extremes. They know how to anchor her emotionally while still igniting curiosity, intrigue, and desire. They are steady without being predictable. They are thrilling without being reckless. This balance isn't something you fake. It comes from presence and self-awareness. You can't create it with lines, techniques, or manipulation. It comes from truly understanding your own energy, your own boundaries, your own passions, and expressing them in ways that invite her in rather than overwhelm her. When you're grounded in yourself, you naturally exude safety. When you lean into your curiosity, your passions, your playfulness, you naturally create excitement. The combination? Magnetic, irresistible. Women are subconsciously drawn to this rhythm. They feel it in their chest before they even realize it with their mind. That push-pull between comfort and thrill is what keeps her thinking about you when she should be focused on her day. It's what makes her laugh, lean in, and want to explore more, not just your words, but you. So if you want to win at dating, focus on this balance. Anchor yourself so she feels safe. Ignite energy so she feels alive. Give her both, and she won't just like you. She'll remember you, crave your presence, and unconsciously compare every other man to the way you make her feel. That tension between stability and excitement, it's the hidden engine of desire. Master it, and attraction becomes almost effortless. There's a subtle but powerful difference between being available and being needy. Most men don't understand it, and it kills attraction every time. Neediness is obvious. It's in the tone of your voice, the way you check your phone after she doesn't reply immediately, the way you bend over backward to please her in hopes of earning validation. Women feel it instantly. And the truth? Neediness is unattractive. It signals low self-worth, uncertainty, and dependency. And those are things women unconsciously avoid when it comes to dating. Worthiness, on the other hand, is magnetic. It's calm, grounded, and self-assured. It says without words, I have value, I have my life, and I don't need you to complete me, but I want you to choose to be with me. That energy is irresistible because it triggers desire at a deeper level. She senses that you're not just another man looking for approval, another ego craving validation. You are a man who knows himself, has boundaries, and carries a life she can't simply step into and control. That's rare. That's attractive. Showing worthiness isn't about bragging, flashing money, or proving anything externally. It's about internal authority. It's about carrying yourself in a way that demonstrates self-respect and confidence. A man who exudes worthiness doesn't chase texts, overanalyze conversations, or bend his schedule to accommodate every whim. Instead, he moves through life with purpose, and when he chooses to give his attention, it feels intentional. She senses that she's not just filling a void, she's being invited into a space that's already full, alive, and vibrant. Controlled detachment is part of this. You can care deeply, show interest, and be attentive without becoming dependent. You can respond thoughtfully, but without overinvesting. You can engage fully, but maintain the sense that your life doesn't revolve around her. This creates a pull that's subtle but profound. She feels your presence as valuable, your attention as rare, and your energy as magnetic. Neediness makes attention feel like a default. Worthlessness makes it feel ordinary. But worthiness transforms it into something memorable, even coveted. Another key is self-investment. When you prioritize your passions, your goals, your health, your friendships, you signal that your value is not contingent on her presence or approval. That independence fuels attraction, because women are instinctively drawn to men who have something to offer beyond validation. Your energy becomes a gift, not a plea. She feels drawn to you not because you need her, but because being with you is a choice, and choices create desire. Finally, worthiness is quiet, subtle, and consistent. It's not performative, it's not manipulative, and it doesn't require grand gestures. It's in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you interact with her and the world. It's calm confidence paired with genuine curiosity and respect. When a man embodies this, he becomes unforgettable. Women notice it immediately, and they feel it long after the conversation ends. Neediness fades into the background. Worthiness leaves an imprint. So if you want to win at dating, focus here. Build yourself from the inside out. Know your value. Protect your energy. Prioritize your life. Give your attention intentionally. When you do, you stop chasing. You stop pleading. And in that space, women are naturally drawn to you, craving not just your presence, but the essence of the man who knows he's worthy of it. Presence and vulnerability are two of the most misunderstood elements of attraction, yet they are the secret weapons of men who are unforgettable. Most men confuse vulnerability with weakness and presence with just showing up. But when you understand the deeper dynamics, you realize these are not traits, they're skills, and they can be cultivated. The men who master them don't just connect, they captivate. Presence starts with being fully in the moment. It's the way you carry yourself, the energy you project, and the way your attention lands on her without distraction. A man with presence isn't checking his phone, worrying about what he said 5 minutes ago, or anticipating what comes next. He's here. He's grounded. His energy says, I am aware, I am steady, I am engaged. And women feel it instantly. They notice when a man's attention is complete because it creates a sense of safety, trust, and intimacy, even in a crowded room or a brief conversation. Presence is magnetic because it makes the woman feel seen and valued without her asking for it. Vulnerability, on the other hand, is the secret sauce that transforms presence into connection. But it's not about spilling your soul indiscriminately or laying your insecurities bare in the first interaction. Controlled vulnerability is about sharing depth without losing your center. It's the ability to show emotion, share a scar, or hint at a story that shaped you without demanding sympathy or creating dependency. When done well, it signals strength. It says, I have depth, I've experienced life, I can feel deeply, and I can hold myself. That combination of openness and stability is intoxicating because it's rare. Women are wired to notice it, often before they even consciously understand why. The balance is subtle. Too much presence without vulnerability feels cold, mechanical, or uninteresting. Too much vulnerability without presence feels unstable, needy, or overwhelming. The men who succeed here know how to calibrate both. They anchor themselves firmly in their own energy while inviting her into moments that feel intimate, alive, and rare. A shared laugh, a thoughtful pause, a fleeting glance with a hidden story behind it. These are moments that stick. They linger in her mind because they aren't just words. They are experiences. Presence and controlled vulnerability also amplify your authenticity. Women can sense pretense from a mile away, but they are drawn to men who feel real, even in a polished, confident way. Presence lets you hold your space and energy confidently. Vulnerability lets her glimpse your humanity, your depth, your capacity to feel. Together, they create a magnetic emotional current that pulls her in effortlessly. Mastering these qualities is less about technique and more about awareness. Notice your energy, notice hers. Notice the gaps, the pauses, the unspoken tension. Step in with calm confidence. Step back with subtle restraint. Let her feel your depth without being consumed by it. This is where attraction deepens and lingers. Presence and controlled vulnerability are not just tools, they are the architecture of desire. When a man embodies them, he becomes memorable, magnetic, and irresistible. Women don't just like him, they feel him, and feelings are the language of attraction. That's why men who master presence and vulnerability don't compete. They dominate silently, leaving an imprint she can't ignore. Connection is the invisible force that separates men who are forgettable from men who are unforgettable. Most men think attraction is about looks, money, or even clever lines, but real attraction is built on emotional resonance. It's not what you say, it's how she feels in your presence. The men who win at dating understand that connection is the currency of desire, and everything else is secondary. Think about the last time you felt truly drawn to someone. Chances are it wasn't because they told a story or made a joke. It was because they made you feel something. Alive, seen, curious, intrigued. That is connection. It's the subtle emotional energy that flows between two people when they are fully engaged with each other. When a man can generate this, attraction doesn't have to be forced. It grows naturally, almost effortlessly, because she associates him with feeling deeply and vividly alive. But here's the nuance most men miss. Connection isn't just about being nice or attentive. It's about creating an emotional ecosystem where she feels both safe and stimulated, where she can reveal her thoughts and emotions without judgment, yet still feel the thrill of curiosity. It's about making her feel that being with you is an experience, not just a conversation. You do this by being fully present, by listening actively, by noticing the small details she reveals in passing, and by responding in ways that show depth without overexposure. The men who master connection understand that women are wired to remember emotions, not facts. She may not recall your exact words, but she will remember the way her heart raced when you made her laugh, the warmth that spread through her chest when you acknowledged her in a way no one else has, or the tension in the air when a fleeting smile or glance hinted at hidden depth. These moments create emotional anchors, and when you consistently generate them, she starts to associate her desire, curiosity, and excitement with you. That is the essence of magnetic attraction. Connection also requires authenticity. You can't force it or fake it. It's about showing your depth and interest in ways that feel natural, calm, and confident. It's in the pauses, the eye contact, the subtle energy you project. When you can engage her on this level, you stop chasing. You stop needing to impress. She begins to seek your presence because you make her feel seen, alive, and intrigued, something almost every other man in her life fails to do. Ultimately, the men who succeed in dating aren't trying harder. They are connecting deeper. They understand that attraction is not a checklist, a series of techniques, or a performance. It's the quality of the emotional experience they create. Connection is the bridge between desire and commitment, curiosity and intimacy, attention and obsession. When a woman feels it, she doesn't just like you. She remembers you, craves you, and wants to explore the layers of you that only she gets to see. So if you want to win at dating, focus on connection. Tune into her energy. Be present. Respond with depth. Create emotional resonance. Because when she walks away, thinking about how you made her feel, not what you said, you stop competing and start winning. Connection is the heartbeat of attraction, and mastering it turns ordinary encounters into unforgettable experiences.